All right, guys. So on a day-to-day basis, I feel like I come across this new woke term that I didn't know before, and it makes me feel like I'm getting old. Okay, I guess I am getting old, but I feel like my mind is a lot older than the people in my generation, right? I really do feel that way. Okay, so I feel kind of out of place. I feel like I was born during the wrong time period. Okay, and TikToks like this definitely have me scratching my head, okay, because I really don't know what to make of this one. It's pretty fascinating, some of the woke terminology and things that some of these people will come up with to excuse the fact that they're lazy and that they don't want to take any responsibility or accountability for their actions. And in this case, this story, we got to talk about a woke TikToker who took the TikTok to complain about the fact that somebody had a problem with them being late, and they tried to make an excuse for it, claiming that they have time blindness. Time blindness. And because they have time blindness, that is why they're late, and they should be accommodated as if they have some type of disability. I'm not making this up. Take a look.
So I just got yelled at for asking a very reasonable question. So I'm applying to go somewhere, and I just wanted to know, are there accommodations for people who struggle with time blindness and being on time, And then the person I was with interrupted and acted like I was asking something else, and then when we were done, they actually started yelling at me and saying that accommodations for time blindness doesn't exist, and if you struggle with being on time, you'll never be able to get a job. Provided you're trying your absolute best to be there. And then they're like, your stupid generation wants to destroy the workplace. And yeah, I think that a culture where workers are just cut off because they struggle with being on time, when there's other solutions that we can look to, I think that just anybody who thinks it's okay to just treat people like that, yeah, that culture needs to be dismantled. And then I asked that person, how can you feel good about yourself upholding this kind of system? And then to think I'm entitled. No, if people think it's okay to treat others like this, that's entitlement.
Yeah, so this person caught a lot of backlash on social media for putting out this silly TikTok, okay? Basically saying that, well, I have time blindness, right? This is why I'm late, right? Basically already just telling people, yeah, I'm going to be late, right? I mean, just putting it out there into the world, right? Just self-fulfilling prophecy. I'm going to be late, right? But don't worry, I'm trying my best. There are people out here who actually defended this TikToker, okay, and tried to basically make it seem like, well, because this person is young or whatever, that, this is okay, right? This type of stuff is what we should be accepting in our culture. Take a look.
Oh my God, you don't have time blindness. That's not a thing. What you do have is a case of massive disrespect and disregard for anyone else around you because you're acting like an entitled, lazy moron. All you have to do is frickin' set your alarm clock earlier. This isn't rocket science. What you have is not a disability. It's not a health problem. It's not some sort of mental deficiency. It's a bad frickin' habit. You can fix this.
I can appreciate that it must be very jarring for generations that are older to listen to younger millennials, Gen Z and Gen Alpha, advocate for themselves, stand up for themselves, have boundaries, request accommodations, be thoughtful in their approach to seeking employment and challenging employers to be more tolerant. I appreciate that could be jarring for you because, oh my God, how could you wrap your head around people actually asking to be treated like fairly and appropriately and like ask for things from their employer? Like, how could they? Because times are changing. And I don't know that you know how goofy you look tagging, stitching, or whatever you're doing to this girl's video, trying to tell her she's an idiot and her experiences aren't real. Like, shut up, step off, and just sit back and listen. She's gonna learn just fine where she can and can't push in asking for accommodations. But every step her and every member of her generation takes to push employers to be more tolerant is a push and a step in the right direction. Why the fuck are you stifling that? Literally, step off.
No, it's not a step in the right direction. It's a step in the wrong direction. And young millennial women, I'm assuming that's her gender identity because you just never know with these young folks, right? Are the reason why this country is heading in the wrong direction, okay, in regards to their voting habits, right? So, I mean, look, here's the thing. When you work a job, it's expected that you're on time, because if you're on time, then that makes everybody else's life easier that works at that company. Like, for example, when I was a cashier in high school, one of the things I would hate the most is when it's time for me to get off, right, for me to leave work, the person that's supposed to be replacing me, taking my register over, is late, right? If that person is late, then I have to stay on the register and continue to work because there's nobody else that can actually work. Now, if I have a doctor's appointment, if I have something to go to, football practice, whatever, I'm going to be more late. I'm not going to be able to get there on time because somebody else wasn't on time. You have to understand that your accommodations that, you really don't need for your made up disability are inconveniencing other people, right? There's a reason why you have a schedule. There's a reason why your employer tells you to show up at this time, and everybody else is going to coordinate and operate based off a schedule, right? Assuming that people are going to be on time, right? So when this person comes out here and talks about how they have a made up disability and time blindness, right? What they're essentially saying is that, hey, I'm a special snowflake, and that it doesn't matter if I inconvenience everybody else. My needs, okay, my imaginary disability, okay, aka my inability to take responsibility and accountability for being on time, basically supersedes everybody else and what they need and, whatever obligations they have, right? Again, I mean, and the worst part about it is that you got people out here trying to defend this young girl because she's young. Well, millennials are just, people we should listen to because they're young. And I'm like, no, we shouldn't listen to them because they don't have any life experience, right? They don't have life experience. They're basically growing up in probably the easiest time ever to be alive, okay? I mean, just in the history of this planet, right? If you are a young person, okay, and you are born in the United States, particularly the West, okay, the Europe, okay, the UK, United States, whatever, right? Your life is as easy as it's ever been for a human being on this planet, right? And this is why you have a generation of people that are the softest, right? And they're only going to get softer and softer and softer, okay? And it doesn't help when you have people out here that are basically trying to make excuses for laziness, for not being on time, for not taking personal responsibility and accountability for fulfilling your obligations as an adult, right? You make it even worse. You're excusing it by saying, well, we need to listen to them just because they're young, right? No, we don't. We don't need to listen to them, okay? They don't know anything. They need to listen to older people, right? That's the problem with the younger generations, that they don't listen to older people enough, not the other way around. The problem is not older people not listening to young people enough. The problem is young people not listening to older people enough, people that have experience, that have lived on this planet, that have seen more of life than these people have, right? But see, again, the young generation, because they have the internet, right, because they have knowledge at their fingertips, they think they know it all. Right? They think they know everything. They think they know more than the older generation. When, again, the older generation has more life experience. Okay? And, for me personally, when I see stuff like this, this is why I don't have much sympathy for people that claim they can't get ahead. Right? Because I'm going to tell you, these people are so easy to outwork. Right? I mean, again, this generation is so lazy. All you got to do is put in above average effort, right? And you can easily outwork these people and to accomplish whatever you're trying to accomplish, because quite honestly, there's not that much competition, right? Because again, we have a generation that is lazy and entitled, right? They're lazy and entitled. They're special snowflakes. They think the world revolves around them. And it doesn't, right? All it takes is just having the right mentality, working hard, working smart, taking risks, and you can achieve whatever you want in this life, right? I mean, it's there for the taking. All you gotta do is just take it, right? It's not like anybody else is really competing with you, because this is who you're competing against. You're competing against people that are lazy. You're competing against people that don't want to work hard. They don't want to show up on time. All you got to do is do the basic stuff. You ain't even got to get there early anymore, right? Back in the day, you used to have to get there early, right? In order to be impressive, to impress your boss, right? You had to get there early, okay? You get into work 30 minutes, 15 minutes, you start, working on your assignments or whatever to show your manager that, hey, I'm a hard worker or whatever. That used to be the standard. Now, it's impressive, right, if you show up on time. Because again, this generation of they don't even believe in showing up and work on time, right? They believe that they have some type of disability that keeps them from showing up to work on time, right? Instead of just, setting an alarm clock, right? Getting out of bed, okay, doing what you got to do. Again, it's ridiculous. It really is. And again, this is why I don't have sympathy for people that claim they can't get ahead and that there's not opportunities. There's opportunities all over the place, right? Mainly because you don't have much competition. These people are so easy to beat, right? They're so easy to beat. All you got to do is just be slightly above average, right? Because our standards have been lowered so much, right? We don't have high expectations for people anymore. All you got to do is just be, again, slightly above average, right? And you're good, okay? I'm just saying. Yeah, this is incredible, right? It really is mind-numbing to think about. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.